I'm here with your brother, big motherfucking country. What up, dude?
Salate.
Sana te wanata
This a cat pan all the way down.
on a piney kind.
Yeah.
Yo, and I'm Mr. Legend, man. As if you didn't already know. Yo, man, we're gonna this week. I was hit up by two of my female friends, and they were asking me, "How come you guys don't talk about the positive things about, I guess, Black culture?"
Man, it is. I've been dying for somebody to ask me this question. There is absolutely nothing to celebrate right now. I don't understand why you can't see it. The people out there that believe there's something to celebrate, but as as I am a part of the Black culture, the urban culture, whatever we and them want to call us, um, there's nothing to celebrate. There's a separation between the man and the woman for some strange apparent reason. Women think they are stronger than man, mentally, physically, all type of stuff. And we got bridges that are built from female construction companies that are falling all over the earth. But ain't no need to start going to.
I heard about that.
Yeah,
I've been screaming. I've been asking for that for the last 12 years.
hey, I know, but people.
I was asking, where's the all-female construction crew?
Yeah, they're here,
hold on, that stems from the claim that there's a wage disparity or gender discrimination.
But you know what?
But they didn't count. It was debunked because they didn't count all the dangerous jobs that men do that women don't.
Yeah, see, I was about to say that, and plus, it was explained that women are offered the lesser paying jobs because the companies know, the women are traditionally known to have to call to work because the child is sick or they're sick
or paternity leave.
They're dealing with some,
and then they didn't really
issue.
They didn't really put in the fact that they just could be a shitty worker than the guys. They just automatically assume that their skill is on par with the men is it like it was just no way in the world that this guy hustles more than me, that's why he gets paid more than me. That wasn't taken in any type of consideration. That's what fucked me up about it.
Yeah, and as you can see now, me personally, I had to think about it. I'm like, okay, there's a great deal of things that women are absolutely great at, and society is heading toward that way. The hands-on thing is gone.
What is that? What is the hands-on?
The hands-on thing. Somebody knowing how to build a room, fix a pipe.
Oh, okay.
Working on cars, all that stuff. That's why you see, like the McDonald's that's close by my job. They have the kiosks now where you don't have to go up and deal with a person.
Is that the plural for kiosk?
What?
I don't know. You just spit that shit out like that the was natural. You was like the kiosks or some shit like that.
No, the kiosk. No. There's a bunch of things that are dumbed down.
I feel you, dude. I was just making a bad joke.
To the woman, so they don't have to feel less inferior, when it comes to the man. So that's why they are, society has done a reverse. People used to talk down on the garbage man because he didn't make that much money and blah, blah, blah. They used to talk down on him. The garbage man is one of the most highest paid motherfuckers across the nation now.
Damn.
Garbage man can make between the base salary is $50,000.
It's not too many garbage women, is it?
No.
I've never seen a garbage woman.
No, but
has anybody seen a garbage woman?
I've seen them. I've seen
garbage women, but I've never seen a garbage woman as opposed to garbage man.
Yeah, I've seen them, and
you have seen some.
I think I've seen two.
I never knew it was such a thing.
When I was supervising the program, for the ex-offenders, and we had we had to.
It's a pretty high paying job. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not woman dominated at all. It's the point that we
and see, and that's the thing. what's that movie with Demi Moore when she was a soldier and all that stuff?
Pretty Woman,
No, when she was a soldier, not a
G.I. Jane.
GI Jane. There you go.
Boom.
It was the GI Jane, and then there was another. It was another one, and somebody was explaining to the women, why would you want to try to prove yourself as a soldier? Why would you want to do that? Do you understand what could possibly happen?
They asked her that in the movie because I never.
It was a movie, and I watched a documentary and an interview. Why would you want to be a woman?
Was it based off a true story?
No, it's based off of true events in life, just regular life situations.
Oh, but it wasn't a straight on.
I'm in the bush, and one of my soldiers is a woman.
Outside in the forest.
Yeah, I'm in a war. I'm in a war, and it's going down. Or I'm in a war, and we're trying to sneak, and a woman gets her period while we're in war. We don't have time to stop and change tampons and all that stuff. I know that sounds, very whatever you want to put a label.
Gross. Yeah, or
I mean, whatever it is, it just is what it is. Men and women have a place, and it's being taught to forget every day because there ain't no money. There is money. It's just slow, but there is no money in togetherness and family and all of that stuff. You separate people and cause conflict. You can get money from everywhere. So that's why all of this garbage is preached, so that the powers that be can make bread. Because I don't care the most strongest, retardedest feminist on the planet, if she can't understand that she wouldn't exist unless it was a man, and vice versa.
I think it's a mental illness. It's got to be a mental illness.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Like, I don't know. They always highlight the most radicalist of the feminists, but I think that feminism is like woman 101 right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere.
But what I wanted to do on the show was to talk about the solutions. Well, first, I want to break down how deep the problem is, because both of these women told me, and matter of fact, and it was one online too, so 3 women. They told me, no, I don't care about the herpes list, no filter. I don't care about Jessica Alba. I'm past last show, bro. Catch up with the times, man.
Jessica Alba's on the herpes list, bro?
Yes.
What's wrong?
Derek Jeter has a list. If you didn't watch the last show, Derek Jeter has a list of people that he had sex with, and he has herpes. Boom. Go watch the last show if you ain't up on that.
Oh wow.
But anyway,
Jessica Alba, really?
Jessica Alba was on the list, dog.
I might have to get it.
I was heartbroken, but that was last week, man.
Okay.
What up, no filter? Master Wu Wei in the house. And Deontay, what up, bro? But follow us here. They asked me why, don't we talk about the positive things and what are the solutions? And both of them were, or all 3 of them were kind of fucked up that our theory or what we discovered while we researched, we just didn't pull that shit out of our ass. That it's all a woman's fault. Like, because we went, and we'll get into this a little bit later, we went this way, that way, and this way, and that way, and tried to figure it out. But it always came to this fulcrum where the woman has to say yes.
I believe it.
And either you can come in or you can't get in here. Everything. So that's why we came up with, it's pretty much your fault. What they wanted to do was say that any man I sleep with and have a baby with, he's gonna change into Cliff Huxtable from the Cosby Show
and be responsible.
He's gonna straighten up. Like, but from what I've seen out there, and when I talk to in the research, is a lot of females are looking at, does he have money? What's his swag going like? How tall is he? What else? That's like the 3 things right there. You know what I'm saying? None of these things have to do with longevity.
No.
But then when you get pregnant by a swag master, tall bucks, This shit is so fucking stupid, man. Anyway, when you get knocked up by this guy, then you expect him to be a great father.
Yeah, women have a insane idea of women understand the power that they possess, but they don't have the common sense to use it properly. Let me say it like that.
I agree.
Cause you run across a fine ass woman and she thick as hell, eyes look like fucking a field of fucking flowers, and perfect skin complexion and whatever, she glowing in the dark and all of that bullshit. But and she can understand her power to a degree, but not understand it to the point where
Will she use her power for good or
that's
for
that's what I'm
evil?
getting ready. That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah,
She's not going to. She just use it for the moment because women, because they are straying away from how they naturally are. They don't know how to behave. I'm gonna say, women are trying to be the strong, whatever the hell type of woman nowadays, as opposed to so just succumbing to the fact that women are emotional. Succumb to your emotions so you can know how to deal with them. If you don't succumb to whatever it is that you are, you'll never even know how to internally give it out or anything. You just never know how to deal with it. You have to know how to deal with that type of shit. And we have a bunch of women running around that think they are men and trying to compare. I can do the same thing a man can do. Ain't no man on earth is arguing. Every man is like, I don't really give a shit what you do, as long as you're soft and smell nice, and you get freaky. Not just on my birthday. That's what most men just care about. They don't give a fuck how strong you are because they know damn well ain't no woman. I don't give a fuck if it's Ronda Rousey. If Ronda Rousey decides to get in the ring, well, I'm gonna knock her the fuck out. I'm just sorry. That's just that's and if she
did, after you train for like 10 years.
I'm not going to train for 2 seconds. If I can, as a man that I believe that I am, I'll go today. I'm in no bit of good shape. I'll go today, and the only thing that's going to happen is she's going to die or half die in the ring because there's no fucking way on God's green earth that my masculinity is going to let some woman beat me in a hand-to-hand battle. It's just not going to fucking happen.
I know what you're saying. I feel what you're saying.
It's a natural instinct, which a bunch of females don't understand in domestic dispute, because a bunch of females will come across dead or knocked the fuck out because they don't understand. It's a natural thing for men in certain situations to do. They fight or flight, and their natural survival instincts will kick in. And a bunch of women don't know, and they'll be yelling. And
I don't think. Do they have that? I don't think. I think no, they got tuition instead of that.
They ain't got shit because that don't work either. That don't work either. But men have that, and women challenge it for some strange apparent reason, like they're invisible, because they already know the system got their back. So they challenge it. They'll challenge a man, slap him, do all type of stuff. Because if he buck up,
he's gonna go to jail
and do anything. He's going to jail. Like that one video. I didn't send it to you. Dude is trying to get his daughter, met up with the baby moms, and she had told him, that money you're supposed to give me the money, and then you could take your daughter, and you haven't.
I don't know which. And I've seen a bunch of videos like that, which is a goddamn shame.
For whatever reason, he didn't want her. He's like, look, just give me my daughter. I don't want you near my car. I don't want you near nothing. Just give me my daughter.
I'm thinking about like 3 separate videos.
So she fighting him on this, like, I'm gonna put my daughter in the car seat. What is your problem? You understand? And most real men can understand the situation, and they already know whether they have children or not. Yeah. She's mad that she made a bad decision, and that dude is a good man. And she don't want. She's using the child as a pawn. Super simple.
This shit happens so much. It's like cliche.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's how it is.
And that's why we don't talk about the ankles no more, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Because step 1 of BMV, or phase 1, if you will, was this is how good men think and feel, intelligent black men, because we started to feel like the way they talk down on us, we don't exist. So
Mm.
we thought we would identify ourselves by doing a podcast before it was even called podcast. But you know, it's 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 real bad, man, that phase one was that and it failed and they started to attack us. So then phase two became we have to prove that these motherfuckers is crazy and wild. So that's why we came up and was like, these ankles, here's an example right here of what we're talking about. Here's an example. Here's an example. And we will post examples and drop logic on females or people that opposed us on the internet mostly and on the show. They used to come in on the show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So after that, that's when we found out after you drop too many logic bombs and this motherfucker you trying to enlighten is sitting up there talking about they want to resort back to what they want to believe. You could drop all this books and volumes of proof that we don't hate women. This is what we're here for, to enlighten people, to reestablish the black family. And then they said, no, I don't want to believe that. I want to believe that you hate women, because the other thing, I might be a little bit guilty of that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we don't, it doesn't really make sense to sit up here and talk and expose them and their mental illness and all of that. Everybody knows they fucked up already. Everybody knows they got issues and problems. All right. Everything shows it. Like that video that I linked, black women are the least responded to on dating apps. Okay. Everybody knows, by the way, your disloyalty, how you throw us under the black men ain't never got no jobs. They don't never take care of their kids. Your disloyalty, because that's the same thing the Klan says about us. Your disloyalty, everybody sees that. Everybody sees everything that you do. When Bill Cosby came out and said a bunch of stuff about black culture,
he said the exact same thing.
Yeah, they tried to kill him. They don't like him no more. When he got in trouble, they didn't even support him no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens to everybody that comes up and tries to check the black culture. Mm-hmm. Who wants to be a leader? We talked about that a bunch of times. Who wants to be a leader? They're just going to dig up something about you or your past, some reason not to follow you. So we understand now there's no fixing that shit over there that you call the black culture. That shit done. Even the Kofi niggas, the pro-black motherfuckers is excusing the people that are committing atrocities to us, their own people. They're committing atrocities to us, but the Kufis go ahead and relinquish that blame and say, no, it's not you, it's the white man. No, you had to pull a trigger because the white man told you to. You had to go dig because the white man told you to. Until we hold people accountable for the shit that we do to ourselves, we ain't going no fucking where. And then when we realized that shit, dog, we said, you dysfunctional motherfuckers can have each other. Oh, she like thugs, so fucking what, man? There's plenty over there. Go have fun.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna be over here where they understand family. Mm-hmm. They don't find it offensive. They don't think that they have to relinquish or give something up to establish it. It's everything to every other culture except ours.
I don't understand why, even with the women's ideology, whatever they believe, the foolishness, why they can't understand the whole, even I ain't gonna even they don't even have to stand a whole. They can even stand a half of the picture. The evolution of mankind, we can't exist without one another. We can't. We cannot exist. So therefore, I was trying to explain to somebody this week. I'm like, dude, life, your body, everything will reject what's foreign. If you get a bullet or push a pin and get something gets stuck in your skin, glass, whatever, your body will try to push it out. if you introduce certain stuff into your life and it's not going correctly, you upset all the time, you're screaming and you're yelling and whatever, it's not meant. Your body, the life is rejecting it. When you get sick, if most people don't know, when you get a fever, that's your body counteracting, because if you heat, you heat things up, it can kill whatever off. So that's why you get a fever. If you any of you guys didn't know, you get a fever, so you can, that fever helps try to kill stuff off, so you can get better, because it's just natural. And the same thing with life. There's a natural way life is supposed to go. Women have a responsibility, men have a responsibility, and women love to throw them own selves in this box somewhere. And oh, y'all just want us barefooted, naked in the kitchen, and pregnant, and blah blah blah. Okay, so what you're saying is the women that say that. So you're disrespecting all of the women who are stay at home moms, who stay at home and make sure their children are doing their studies, and they're well fed, and they're not eating a bunch of garbage, and the husband and all that stuff has to fuel to she feeds him, his mental, his stomach, and everything with nourishment, so he can go out and fight the world to be able to come back and bring shit back home so they can keep surviving. It's a bunch of women out here fighting against that for some reason. I don't understand.
Right. And that is, dude, you dropped a humongous bomb right there. That was a lot of shit to be responsible for, man.
Yeah, that's the part that
I'm thinking about it. I'm like making sure the kids and making sure no, I can't do that shit, man. I'm like, yeah, I can go to the job and make some shit happen though. I know I can do that. I know I can shovel the driveway or some shit like that, or change the tire. Yeah, but if you ask me to
make sure the crib clean, make sure the kids is washed and fed and educated, and I
mean, of course we can,
and all of that stuff.
When Miss Doubtfire came out, I was like, yeah, we can do it too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can. Yeah, it's possible. Kindergarten Cop, it's possible. We can fuck around in the arena like that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But it's real crazy that they really going for our arena, the Gladiator. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be business like or it's basically society from top to bottom. You know what? I forgot the psychologist's name was, man, that coined the term penis envy. You ever heard of that shit?
I forgot to, yeah.
But back in, I don't hear this anymore because it's so prevalent. what they said it was and what it is now. Mm-hmm. Penis envy. When women envy men and want to be men and want to replicate men. It was a psychological profile that they discovered in women. But you don't hear that shit no more. Well, when I knew it was real,
everything got to be regular.
Remember when we was in the strip club and the chicks came in? Remember what? No chicks in the strip club? Remember that? There was a time.
Yeah.
When you had to come in the strip club with a dude or you couldn't get in. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden we graduated. We saw this girl in the strip club and the girls wasn't gay, but they was throwing money and shit. Mm-hmm. You know why? Because we make that shit look fun, dog. Everything we do, we go to the workplace and come back, bring home that check. That shit look fun. I think I can do that too. I want to do that too.
Right.
But what happens is when women get into these territories of men and they can't keep up, and this is drawing back to the wage disparity dispute, they can't keep up. We make provisions for them to stay in it, like when you're going to the what? I gotta use back. Damn. Leave me right here. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and break down the shit though. All right, I'm gonna read this shit to y'all. And these are the solutions, all right? I'm gonna sit up here, and of course, you can get these shirts off of cafepress.com/BMVammo. And you know, this one right here, the Pickle Tickle, is for you vets that used to listen to the podcast. The Pickle Tickle is what the good man wants to go and give to his wife when he comes home from work. When dinner was good, when the kids are asleep. I don't need to be out in these streets. I got everything I need right here. Go upstairs, get the wife the Pickle Tickle, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, and do that shit again, man. That's real man shit. But check it out. Here's the problems right here. All of our problems stem from lack of family, Is everything good? Did everything come out all right? All right. That's great. That's great. The solution is to reestablish the black family. And this is just with black culture. There's another layer to this shit when we'll get to it. Okay. Families aren't being established because 80% of our children come from single parent homes. Family is not familiar to people who come from single parent homes. All right. I want you to follow me. I want you to add in on this too.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Family is everything to everyone, to every culture, except black culture. We shouldn't have this many fragmented families. You know what I'm saying? All right. A single mom's main focus is to survive, pay bills, do what she can to raise her children. She can't dedicate enough time for actual child rearing because of her responsibilities. Remember, she has to take on the role of a man and a woman, right? And mama, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, dude. Okay, a family is a team, all right? It's a team unit with everyone playing their position. Everyone knows that a team is stronger than one person, all right?
Hence the word team.
Team, okay? Everybody has their position they have to play, and this ship is going to prosperity. What is prosperity? Grandma and grandpa on the porch rocking, and then their children step up with their grandkids and they come and we all have dinner. And
It's not the pinnacle, just for the
it,
women.
it is prosperity
women
where you
do
could
it.
just skate until you die,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up and get the real definition, put it on a t-shirt. All right. The father. A father can teach his son how to navigate successfully through a racist world. We see nowadays that a lot of young men are lost.
Absolutely.
All right. This is because they don't have father influence.
No direction.
A father is this is very important. Listen to this right here. A father is a source, an example of unconditional love for his daughter. Women with father issues spend their whole life trying to get this feeling from men throughout their whole life. Many women that grow up with their father in a home wouldn't dare risk doing ratchet things like stripping or dressing like a whore out in the street because they don't want to break their dad's heart. That's how much a father means to a young woman. When you look at today's society and you see how the young women don't have anybody to measure up of what a real man is, what a good man is. If she's never had that, she's going to try to seek it out in the guy she dates. And she don't know if she should date Scooty J or Harold the Third. She doesn't know. But whatever the music videos say, I think she's going to go for that because that's cool. All right. All right. Also, women that grow up without a father, with a father in a home, grow up seeing how a man acts. All right. Protects, provides, and they also see how their mother is submissive, supporting and nurturing in her nature. And this is one thing I want to bring up to a lot of you guys is that being submissive is not an act, it's natural. So whenever you hear a female talking about they can be submissive, they're not submissive. And everybody knows that people that act can't act forever. Somebody's got to say cut, right? You can't just be fake forever. Or that'll be really you, won't it? Mm-hmm. Anyway, women that don't value a man in a house because they never had one. Why haven't they had a man in a house? And this is the number one thing they try to kill us on. Like, why y'all leaving us? And they don't take care of their kids and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all make babies like rabbits and don't take care of them. That's just the way they have it. That's an Outcast lyric. All right. That's also the KKK. That's their mantra.
What's the Michael Jackson song?
I don't know, man. Billie Jean.
That's one too.
But anyway, I'm gonna cut this because you see it's 2 pages. I'm gonna cut this shit short. All right, why women? If women don't value a man in a house, now why would? Okay, check this out. Women don't value a man in a house because they never had one. Why? Is it because black men ain't no good and they just leave their babies, or is it because her mom didn't pick a viable father figure to have children with? She didn't, like we were talking about earlier. She didn't pick somebody who wasn't going to leave her. She didn't pick somebody who was going to protect and provide because she was checking if she had swag, if the dude had swag, or his rims are the biggest in the parking lot. That's what she chose to make a child over instead of, is he dependable? Is he tenacious in his goals? Can he provide? Can he protect? She didn't look at that before she fucked him raw. She just was like, his swag is off the chain. I gotta have this. That's what we're making babies off of now, folks. That's what we are. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't change that, get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck out of there. They sit up there and they fucking rag on me for not being part of this ignorant shit, dog.
Yeah, I've been getting it lately too.
When you gonna have a baby?
I've been getting it. When I'm
motherfucker,
gonna
not
have a
in this
baby,
shit.
when I'm gonna get married, all that good stuff. You should be married. You will be a great father. You will be a great husband. I've been hearing this since the beginning of time, and I don't want. I've had the same story since I was 8. It has not changed. I've never wanted children. When I grew up, I was a lot of women in the family, and I watched men suffer from some of these women, from the welfare reform. It was mostly that. It wasn't because the men were whatever that, or the women were whatever. Welfare reform kicked in, and I watched my uncle, 2 of my uncles, they lived out of a bag because they couldn't live at home because the female couldn't get the money. Because the social worker would come through the house and make sure we want no dude living there so that she can continue to get the money. And nowadays, of course, they don't do that shit. And we have a bunch of women out here with this that are career, and they have generation. It's sad to say that somebody has generational welfare.
Yeah,
you're supposed to have generational wealth like the Rothschilds. You're not supposed to have generational welfare.
I'm gonna show you how you get this cheese.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass down.
Last for 3 weeks straight. That's the shit they passing down.
This is the 1972. This is the first welfare food stamp. I'm gonna pass it down to you because who has generational welfare?
But here's the thing. Here's a, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but here's the common misconception that black women could not get welfare unless the man was out of the house. The truth, and it's the truth to this day, you can get welfare, just less. So it was because of greed that the black man is outside of the home. We can get more money if you don't live here. The reason why I know this because I work in the field, first of all, and also I know that immigrants and other people that come from other facets of life that need to call on public assistance, because it does touch regular people too, like people that lost their job. It doesn't matter. They're 06 cases, all right, which means that the mother and the father is in the house. They get less money, but guess what? The family is still intact, which is the most important thing to everyone, except who? Except black people. Man, we're so frivolous with family.
Yeah.
Nowadays, man, it's scary. How do these traditions get passed down? How do we know which way to go if everybody's doing it the new way, and a new way has never been proven to ever work?
And that'd be my thing. That'd be my thing all the time. How you adopting these new ways of whatever? And there's nothing wrong with evolution. We have to evolve. I get that part. But as a woman, you trying whatever it is that you're trying, and it's not working. There's one thing that I can say has worked longer than the shit that has been working, that when people have been trying to get working now. The values of yesteryear They worked for decades upon decades upon decades. You can't refute it. It worked. Dignity and respect and all. It worked. Now all of a sudden, I'm a woman. I had the right to. I can walk outside naked if I want to. Yeah, you can walk outside naked if you want to, but you have to understand there are mentally unstable people on the earth, and just so happen to might like your naked body, and they will take it from you. So therefore, you should not be dressed naked. If you would like to dress naked, there are plenty of tribes that are off the grid in Africa that do not wear clothing,
I've
and
seen,
you can go over there. But over here in society,
we've seen this type of
this is what happens.
female logic. Like, instead of you changing, no, the world better change.
Right.
Like, if I leave my front door open and somebody comes in and robs me, I'm gonna blame the world. Not, it wasn't my fault I left the door open.
Right.
The world shouldn't steal.
Right. And same stupid ass.
I mean, with
with
the pregnancy we were saying earlier.
Same thing. And
I need to take care of it, but no, if I make a mistake, the world better pay me back for it.
That's like that lady with the, how many she had, 15, 18 children, something like that.
It wasn't her fault.
She was like, somebody better help me with these kids. What do you mean somebody?
Nobody owe you shit.
Nobody owe you a damn thing. You don't have a farm. If any of the fellas, if you ever decide,
a farm,
you run across a woman that says she want all these gargantuan amount of children, buy a farm, because there's no possible way. I have a cousin right now who's she's 43, 44, something like that, not that much older than me, and she has 18 children. And
what?
She in St. Louis.
Okay, I remember you.
Very extremely pretty. Used to be. She's still not bad looking, but of course y'all can imagine she's, if y'all can see the TV, she's a little bit big as the TV. But
glory days.
She a lot of the children, most of them, the majority of the children that she had were female, and
okay.
Some of them, their daddies took them away, or some of the girls, they ran off to wherever their daddy was.
Damn, do you remember 16 children?
And the
names?
boys, they just did whatever the fuck, they fell into the system, as typical, which a lot of people don't understand, and a lot of women don't understand. Being a black man, we start at the very last bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. I don't give a fuck what is going on. Yes, I know that I can get an education and fight whatever it is that's out here, so I can move forward. I still have to fight. I don't get to relax.
I told somebody this week that, and keep that thought. I told somebody this week that, because they were saying some shit, and I was like, you're a double minority.
Right.
You're a woman and you're black.
Right.
So you have like double the chance that we have. They keep throwing these women empowerment seminars or whatever, conventions or whatever, but it's us that needs the help. Ain't
nobody worry about that. And like some of the stuff we was just listening to is typical for it's just, oh, he a man, he can deal with it. But yes, we're built a certain way to deal with a bunch of shit. But everybody, if you don't know, pressure bust pipes.
Yeah.
If you don't relieve some of the pressure, and that's what you have your wife for, to help you relieve some of your pressure, so you can go back out and fight the world for you and your family, her and the children, and all of that stuff. So
that's why they were saying the male suicide rate is.
I was super surprised.
Like triple with the female.
A couple documentaries that I watched, I was super surprised at the male suicide rate from childhood into adulthood. It was very high, and the molestation, I didn't know it was that fucking bad. It's very bad. For little children, little boys having to deal with being molested or raped or whatever when they're young, to the point where if I remember correctly, it was higher than the women for the boys, for being the molestation and all that. It was higher, and it seems like it's some devilish shit going on Earth now, where the shit keeps getting higher. But let's take all that out. Let's take out all of the whatever the hell's, like I try to when I have racist conversation, I love racist conversation because the shit be funny. Let's just like gay conversation.
What the fuck is gay conversation?
I'm about to tell you. I have gay conversation with people all the time. I have some gay friends, and I always fuck with them. And I always tell them,
Can you rephrase?
I'm about to. So I always fuck with them about the gay thing because they know I don't believe that shit. I'm like, dude, one of y'all not gay. And then what you talking about? I'm like, one of y'all like penetration. So somebody's not gay. And they argue and cuss and do all types of. I'm like, somebody likes penetration and somebody doesn't.
Oh my god, man! Oh my god!
And that's the same thing that goes with
they gonna kill you.
Yeah, I know.
They gonna kill you, dude. They gonna murder your ass. Right. I'm walking to the car, dude.
And the same thing goes with racism. Whenever the conversation comes up, because I got a lot of closet racist people at work, and I try to explain it to them.
When I got trying to go to sleep. Well, laugh about it. When you be in bed, you just like.
And I try to explain to the racist people at work. I try to explain to them that I'm like, dude, there's no such thing as racism. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, I know you racist. And they put the face. I'm like, dude, you ain't got to defend yourself. You can believe in whatever you want to believe. I don't care.
Fucking America.
I don't care. Well, I don't give a shit where it is. You can believe in whatever it is you want to believe. Now, if you decide you want to test that,
there's consequences to that.
Consequences.
Yeah, that's what I say. I say all the time. Like people be like, "Oh, don't say the N-word." I'm like, "This is America, man. I'll be pissed off."
Yeah.
If I was white and supreme, and these minorities are saying I can't say a word.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that it's freedom of speech. We can say anything except the N-word. No, go ahead and say it.
No, go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
Well, I used to
knock yourself out,
yep.
man. You know what I'm saying? But there's consequences there. Some people don't like that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of shit that you can say that people don't like that to get your ass kicked, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of them. But you can say it, though. You can say it. Go ahead. You can say anything you want to.
But I used to tell them, I used to give them scenarios. And I used to give them the Michael Jackson one. And the Michael Jackson scenario is,
I can't drink while you're talking to it.
I used to give them the Michael Jackson scenario, and the Michael Jackson scenario was, I guarantee, if you put a camera, if you line up a bunch of Klan members and they sitting on the table, it's a tablecloth, and you put a camera underneath that table, and there will be a toes a tapping. Sorry, you can't.
Wait, run that by me again, man. I missed that.
I was talking about the racist thing.
Okay,
how it's a figment of people's imagination.
Okay,
and it's saying I was referring that to women and their beliefs, but I was saying is to debunk racism. I had the Michael Jackson theory.
Okay. Oh,
just get a bunch of get a bunch of head Klansmen and sit them at a tablecloth, and I guarantee you, and put a camera on that table, it would be a great deal of toes tapping.
I would pay so much to see that. To see that.
And the same thing,
they can't deny Michael Jackson.
And the same thing with this dude. He's off work right now, and I told him he knows I know he's a full blown racist. I don't care. He got Confederate flags all over the goddamn place, and the handcuffs with nigger hands chained to his Jeep. And super serious.
Sorry, I got some type of disease. I think that blatantly racism shit is hilarious.
That shit is super funny. Is
to you too?
Funny. Yes. And people don't get it. I'm like, dude, if you ever
be getting mad as hell.
If you've ever been bullied, or if you ever been not that person that people just really did not pay that much attention to, you can understand it because after you've overcome it. Because people will come and bully you, whether it be physically or mentally or whatever. People will come and bully you because of they feel that they see that you see through them.
Okay. Yeah.
They know that you're bigger than them. Whether you see it or not, that's your own confidence issue or whatever the hell. But if a bully comes, they see that you see through them. They don't like that you can see through them. It's a whole spiritual connection thing. But I used to the thing that I used to say about the women is laying up some of the most beautiful black women you can find.
Okay.
All of I'm not even going to say 99.9% of the Klansmen will fuck them. They all will fuck the finest black or Asian or
You know what I
Cuban, Latin,
found?
whatever women. They will fuck them all. So women, y'all running around here with this crazy ass mentality of this women's movement shit. When there's a natural flow on how shit is supposed to go, play your position, play your role, so you can. And I joke about it, but there you have your benefit in playing your role. Men have their benefit and all that stuff, and neither one of them is to supersede one another or to make or to belittle someone or anything like that. They have value. They both have value, and if you want to put it on some, if you want to measure it, I mean, okay, if you need to do that to help yourself
Learn your
feel
craft.
good, yeah,
That's a way. Remember that shit, yo. Yeah, I'm super appreciative of the vets coming out tonight. I really, did. We do this shit for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? We just, the only thing we wish is that it was a lot more, y'all. The stuff we saying right now is it's been, if the vets remember when we first started, I'll give you like two years into it. We predicted everything that's going on right now. We were like, we set a fire, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because when we show people how to be critical of our own people, especially our women, it spread like wildfire. Because for so many years, black people, Big Mama, the grandmothers, Harriet Tubman, all those very respectful women who held the family together instead of tearing them apart.
They commanded respect without
They
even having to
commanded
say
respect.
anything.
So we just, inherently or traditionally are not supposed to say anything about the black women ever. And let me tell you, these motherfuckers rode under that goddamn disguise and exploited it. All right. Like when these bitches sit up here and tell me, yo, mama black. I'm like, I don't understand how you link our foremothers and everything they done to your Nicki Minaj trash ass. I don't understand that. Okay. She did great things. You doing whole things. She knew that red lipstick and stilettos was whole shit, and she was better than that. You don't. And that's all I'm saying, man. Like we said, it's America. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but you better respect them goddamn consequences.
They can't. They just can't do it.
No, they're going to have to.
I know.
And one thing I wanted to say, where's my phone at? One thing I wanted to say, what was you finna say? Let me pull this shit up.
No, I was gonna say that I know they have no choice, and like I've always said, I do this show to help enlighten dudes that don't know, or like I was trying to explain to a young dude at work earlier. I'm not the Dalai Lama. Neither is Legend, neither are you guys, but you may be smarter than me at the moment, and you got an idea that it spark something in me. And same thing with him. We do that shit all the time. We'll be sitting here and he'll have a better idea, or I have better, and we'll be like, all right, cool, break.
That's how it's done.
And then we'll go do it. You never know. And females, because of the powers that be's agenda, it's a great deal of women out here lost. Yeah. And they can't find their way because women support women under any and all circumstances. I don't care what is going on. A woman will plain as day be getting ready to cheat on her husband and will get support from the females around her, because whatever their reasoning is at that particular point in time. But he can't be married, and we go out and he get ready, and I'm not gonna say nothing. He gonna do whatever he want to do, as long as I tell him whatever I need to tell him. Because that's my dog, when it's my brother, and I care about him. I'm gonna tell him whatever I need to tell him, and he can make his own decision after that. But I guarantee you, it won't be as heavy as if I didn't say something. Right. But women, they don't care. They'll dive. They'll be like, "It's a shark in the pool. It ain't no shark. Y'all just tripping. That's a shadow." And
I'm gonna tell you,
and they'll jump in the water. And why y'all ain't tell me this shark was in here? Now y'all gotta cuddle me and give me money. and tell me I'm beautiful and tell me that y'all was wrong and tell me that I'm gonna be okay, but I'm not gonna be okay.
Yo,
They-
yo, I'm gonna read this Dr. Martin Luther King quote right here. And he said that, okay, that's the wrong me. Okay, he said that he who accepts evil without protesting against it is really cooperating with it.
yes.
So you know this shit is going down. You know these atrocities are real. You know it. You if you sit up here and act like you never heard of this shit we talking about tonight, you're a fucking fool. You need to wake the fuck up. All right. You need to stop lying to yourself. That's pathetic. I mean, take truth head on. Don't be a coward. The only way through this opposition or these problems is not to ignore like it doesn't happen, but to go through it, confront it.
Mhm.
That's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? This is it. You can either take this and dismiss it like they try to do, like, oh, these guys are just crazy. These guys just hate women.
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
We're socially awkward.
Yeah, just like when all these racist white people are like, you guys are disrespecting the veterans by kneeling with the no. We succinctly said that we are protesting police murders and violence. Until some type of policy change, we can't stand for the flag. Where the fuck did you get the veterans?
And this the part that trips me out. I got a dude at work that used to live in the Appalachian Mountains. If y'all don't know what the Appalachian
Did he
Mountains
really?
is, yes.
It's like America's ghetto.
Yes.
No, it's ghetto and ghetto
because
they out in the fucking woods in the mountains.
They're in there making moonshine and meth and fucking each other, and that's what they do up there. The police don't barely even go in there because that's just a whole nother world. And he explained that to me, and he's like,
explain what?
Everything you just said. He explained that to me.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, country man, I done seen some shit, man. And blah, 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 and blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, dude, this racism shit is a bunch of, I don't understand. And racism and prejudice, all this crap. It's somebody had to teach you this.
Yeah.
You're not born to whatever the hell, and this be my gripe about turning around from this. You know, as women, they claim to be so smart. I love when people try to tell me how smart they are, because now I'm about to hold you accountable for what you say. And then if you don't know the difference between the salt and pepper shaker because one got an S and a P on it, then you fucking stupid. I'm about to kill you.
I mean, it be the motherfuckers sitting right next to me in the club that don't know what the S and P stand for.
I know it.
And I'd be like, how the fuck?
No clue.
I've been working so hard just to sit right here and drink drinks.
No clue. But
and have a good time. The fuck is your broke ass doing?
Yep.
Right alongside.
And they'll belittle you because you don't know what a TPS report is. They'll belittle you. So, but he break it down. I had a bunch of pivotal people in my life, especially from the other end, from the white side, the racist side, just explaining to me this stuff. And it's just blows my mind that these women can't get it. It proves to you every day.
You're not gonna get it, dog.
It proves to you. No, you're not. Whatever you think you strong woman, strong black idiot, or whatever you want to call yourself, your life fails if your children, if you're a single mom,
mm-hmm.
and your children, let's say you got a daughter and a son, let's make it equal. You're a single mom, you got a daughter and a son. I know you got a daughter and a son. If your daughter gets pregnant before she's married, you fail very badly. If your daughter dresses any way other than her clothing herself, you fail. If your son is adopting more of the feminist ways, you fail. He can't, have a strong, you fail. Everything, it don't matter. Say something, you failed. As a woman, you failed.
What the hell is
Because men and women have to, the two are important. And me personally, how I feel, I don't think a woman can raise a man or a boy. I mean, a female or a boy. I'm sorry. I don't think she can do both because it's a completely biased type of thing. You know, a man can teach his daughter. It's about longevity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna explain to you the men to look out for and things to look out for, and then boom, and of course he can teach the son all these masculine things. But a woman can't teach her daughter only how to fucking put on makeup and do her hair and change a tampon.
Yeah,
That's all I can see.
I ain't doing it because I ain't doing it.
That's all I can see. You know, me personally, and that may sound cruel
I
and
think I
bad
might
and
have
all
to
that
hire
good stuff,
somebody.
but that's just how I see it. I understand the importance of both parents. And you know, before we got on, I was talking to Legend, you know, about male influence. You have to have some type of male influence in your life. How are everybody out here going to refute the fact that it was man, and then God decided, hey, he needs a companion. We're going to make a woman. People acting like the woman was here before the man was. We needed a companion, and we asked for one, and we got one.
I'm gonna tell you.
So that
one
means
thing,
that companion serves a purpose,
dude.
and people don't get it.
I was telling somebody today about how evil feminism is, and I was like, men were made in God's image. So if you hate men, you hate God. Then right?
I've been told God is sexist. I don't know how many times.
Right. If God is sexist, then who you rolling with? Who you rolling with if it ain't God? You know what I'm saying? I don't care what religion you in. They speak against the shit you doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's fair. I read a bunch of religious books. I read the Quran. I read the Bible, and I heard that the Torah was just the Old Testament of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So in each one of those, they really speak against whoring and living in pleasure. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. It's only logical, and we gotta wrap this shit up, man. It's only logical for evil people to hate good people. You didn't did good all your life. You didn't did it right. You know what I'm saying? And these people don't like you. They hate you. That should tell your ass something right there, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is, phase 4 of BMV. It's much more logical. It's much more focused, sharp, and on point. We've discovered everything, 98% of things. We know why things go the way they go. All right. And we can either give this to you and you accept it and you better your life from it, or you can reject it and keep with your low quality of life. All right. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to end with something real petty. Oh, man. If y'all remember the real reason why Black women are least responded to, that video that I put up there, somebody commented and was like, everybody you swipe right on, you didn't get no match. So you ain't no fucking body. I hope you rich. I hope you got, blah, 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 blah. And what I wanted to show everybody was the one and only Black woman that was, can you get that in focus? The one and only Black woman that was cute in a whole goddamn video. It's a match. It's a match. And what that should tell you right there is that whatever they're saying about the least responded to woman, I would tell you like 98% of the Black women I swipe right on is a match. You know why? Because the chickens have come home to roost. Can't afford to be conceited anymore. But that's another motherfucking show, man. And thank y'all for coming out. You know what I'm saying? We always enjoy this. Y'all can donate with the Cash App, BlackMenVent. You know what I'm saying? Also, you better be checked. You better be liking. Spread the word, man.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
Spread the word. We back. All right? This is good content for the fellas. If you're a female looking and listening,
take heed.
God bless.
And I want to.
This is not This is not tailored.
And I want to say this before we get out of here, and I want y'all to soak it up because it ain't just funny; it's super serious. But when the green grass get tall, somebody just got to cut the lawn, and most people don't get that because the majority of the time, women are always talking about the grass is greener on the side and referring to themselves as garbage. Another man's trash is another man's treasure. You just call yourself garbage, but other women don't get it, and they just following suit. As y'all can see, women will follow other women into the pit of despair.
But you you killed like 50% of the gay culture on this show. Oh my God!
Oh, I didn't mean to, man. But they gotta say, man, stop all this faking, man. Stop all this faking. It's a style now to be homosexual or gay. It's in style now. I mean, it was already written that what everything was going to start to look like, and
all of that, even with lesbians,
we cannot exist unless we do this together. So if somebody's going to sit up and tell me that it is okay to be gay, you can't exist if everybody's gay.
Oh my God, dude! I think we made a breakthrough tonight. Look, I'm thinking even with lesbians, they have strap-ons where.
Right. And that's why I said
somebody like penetration, dog.
Somebody like penetration.
All right, it's BMV, man. We'll holler at y'all later, man. Thanks for coming.